Okay, I think that's got it. Welcome to Goodness Practice. This is the first of what I hope will be an ongoing every other Monday meetup online so that we can begin to really do a deep dive into some of these some are ancient meditations, some are more recent from the last 100 years or so of positive psychology. Most of what we'll be practicing, especially in the early meetups, will be coming from the Buddhist tradition of what's called loving kindness meditation or compassion or self-compassion practice. But as we move through, there are many gratitude practices and other kinds of positive ways of shifting our attention is essentially what we'll be doing. To practice, it seems like a weird thing you'd have to practice, but more than ever before, I'll just suffice it to say, more than ever before, it's awfully easy, at least I find it very easy, to fall into states of despair and fear and ill will, hatred even, despising people and what people are doing or not doing. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but to maintain that state of being is pretty toxic and actually only makes it harder to respond in some kind of positive way that supports people. So if you're feeling overwhelmed and full of despair and ill will, practicing appreciation for the goodness that still exists, and just remembering our own capacity for care and kindness to ourselves and others has proven to be a real good antidote for getting stuck in some of these more negative states. I do want to say before I go into today, we'll practice pretty traditional metta or loving kindness practice, and I'll say more about that as we start it. But I wanted, since this is our first time, I want to kind of say a little something about our intentions as we settle in. So as I'm doing that, let's just take a moment to check in. Excuse me. Just a couple of moments to check in with the body and how you're seated, how you're sitting, how you're being supported, and just do whatever you need to be as comfortable as you can be, while still being alert and able to focus, right? Which is always the nice middle ground between total collapse and relaxation and hypervigilance. So somewhere in there, see if you can get a little comfortable in your body, because it's awfully difficult to cultivate goodwill if you're in pain or discomfort. So getting real comfortable can just bring some ease. And then really just to remind ourselves that our intention in doing these practices is that this is not a program of self-improvement. We're not practicing loving kindness to become better people. In fact, the great Pema Chodron, this great Buddhist teacher, calls that a subtle form of self-aggression. Aggressive against ourselves somehow, that how we are right now isn't good enough. So we're not doing this to be better people. Because when we practice, we're not trying to get rid of anything. We're trying to really befriend ourselves, become more accepting and clear about the way it is, like what's real, just as we are. So however you're showing up today for practice, whether you're here live or you're watching a recording, we can still be angry and afraid and jealous and doubtful and confused, or feel unworthy. The ground of practice doesn't require us to be in a good mood or whatever it is we think we should be. The ground of practice is just meeting ourselves. I am as I am, you are as you are. And then metta practice itself actually provides a way to be more accepting and more clear and more open. And there's three basic moves kind of that metta practice brings to us, or attitudes that we can bring into these practices. Um, and the first one is gentleness. And just notice gentle, the word gentle or gentleness when you hear it. What do you associate with that? A lot of times we associate weakness or, weakness with being gentle. I think Elon Musk recently said that empathy is the great weakness of our society, and he could not be more wrong. That's exactly the opposite of the truth. Gentleness is a kind of patient acceptance of the vulnerability that we feel when we turn toward our hearts, when we turn toward ourselves. And what happens when we drop our storylines or our expectations about the way things should be or the way we want them to be, and come into contact really with our own tender hearts. There's a kind of vulnerability there. And so gentleness is a type of strength that helps us stay close to, be willing to be with. Because, sometimes when we practice, it can be a bit of a surprise. I didn't actually know that's what was going on with me. When I slow down and turn toward, so we want to be gentle with ourselves about whatever might occur. And in order to be gentle then and be open, we have to be curious and willing to see, willing to tolerate, willing to be with. And so gentleness is really the first, and then that kind of leads into or dovetails nicely with precision. When we're practicing meditation, this is considered a concentration practice. So normally when we sit down for like Vipassana practice, insight practice, is kind of an open, we might start focusing on the breath, but then we'll sort of open to a choiceless awareness of, anything that might arise can be an object for awareness. But in this practice, like other concentration practices, we want to stay close to, we want the attention to really be resting on our hearts, on the heart space, this sense of, I don't know, the truth in our hearts. And when you tune into your heart, it might be really tight. And as I said, full of fear or other feelings or other thoughts or ideas, or it might be really open. But if we're being precise, we're interested in just clearly knowing what's real, what's true in the moment. And developing the discipline to let go of interpretation or adding a meaning to something that we might be experiencing. For example, you might be sending loving kindness to your best friend, and may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you live with ease. And then you remember that unkind thing that friend said to you, or that annoying habit they have, or just that person they married that you don't like. And then feelings of ill will could come up at the same time as and in fact, as a result of, I would say, opening the heart and intending toward leaning into care and kindness. It often will reveal, the truth of our other capacities, the other ways we can be. So this practice is also considered a purification process for that reason. Now, that sounds a little bit like we're headed toward self-improvement territory. So I just want to say the purification process of just eliminating whatever's getting in the way, whatever's clouding, the water. You want to purify the water to make it clearer so that we can see precisely what's actually true. And so precision is another thing, and clarity and discipline. And then the last thing that has to happen when we practice is an opening, some kind of opening, a relaxing of, the tightly clenched fists in fear or anger, the opening of uh, the heart space. It's sort of like a tight bud blossoming on a flower. So there's an expansion, a radiance that grows. Now, you don't always feel it. Sometimes this practice is very dry and it feels like rote repetition. But over time, the more we practice it, the more this sort of lubricating effects of goodness practice begin to really bring change, um, to the point where you may find yourself, as I sometimes do, driving in my car, seeing somebody. Not long ago, someone was standing, it was a really rainy day. They were standing on the corner waiting for the light to change, just huddled up and shivering. And I saw them in my nice warm car as I drove by. And without thinking, I was like, oh, may you live with ease. May you find warmth. May you be healthy and happy. Like it was an automatic natural response, which surprised me quite a bit. This is not how I think of myself being. So that's a new thing, a new effect. So we're just going to stay open, to different days, different ways. See how it goes. Not trying to accomplish anything. Really, this is going to be a process of just settling in, relaxing to whatever degree we can, and seeing what happens when we intentionally, specifically send, I don't know, eliminate what's getting in the way of the love, right? So that we can live more in love and act from that place, right? And we don't get so stuck in our own dissatisfaction. Yeah. So you'll just follow along, and I'll be throwing out some phrases of goodwill. And if those words work for you, you can just repeat them silently to yourself. If the words don't work for you, find the ones that do, or perhaps an image, or some people work with colors even, and that kind of thing. It's the intention to wish well that we're really working with. And we'll keep coming back to tuning in to the heart space as our primary object of attention. So I'll ring the bell to begin and end our formal practice. Yeah, and so whether you want to close your eyes right away or just have a soft gaze as we begin to settle in, it might help to take a couple deep breaths, especially on the exhale. You can feel the body settling into the ground below your seat that's supporting you, and below that ground, the earth. So is it possible to simply relax into spacious awareness, allowing the earth to support this body? And as you begin to be more in tune with that settling process, where might there be room for a little more ease in the body? Perhaps in the forehead or across the brow, behind the eyes, maybe the jaw or the face as a whole can just relax a little. Maybe the neck, the shoulders, the upper back and chest. Can release any unnecessary holding and spread nice and wide across the collarbones. The shoulder blades just gliding down the back, resting easily on the ribs. The arms and hands at rest at your sides or in the lap. Maybe the abdomen can relax a little, the belly can soften, the lower back release. Just really feel the weight of the pelvis, the lower half of the torso, making contact with the seat you're in. And then just allowing the legs to be at rest, the legs and feet resting on the floor. Again, accepting that support that's below. Noticing how effortless it is to stay seated. We don't have to work to stay seated, to be sitting, right? Gravity's doing the work of holding us. Yeah. So we'll start by sending loving kindness to ourselves. And I know this can sometimes be difficult for people, or it feels a little uncomfortable to wish for good things for ourselves. It kind of goes against this conditioned message that we shouldn't want or need anything. We should always put ourselves last, and don't be selfish. And so if there's an edge around this for you, let's just start by, let's actually just start by thinking of something good that you have done in the past few days to a week. Something good you did for yourself or someone else. A kindness. It could be the simplest thing. Carrying your plate, your partner's plate from the dining room table into the kitchen for them. Something good you did. And that might include not doing something that you wanted to do but knew it wouldn't be wise. So refraining from doing something bad also counts. So just see what comes to mind. And if it helps, you can rest a hand right here on your heart center. If that feels cheesy or weird, don't do it. But if it helps to receive your own touch here, just to take in, oh yeah, I said that nice thing, or I did that nice little thing, or I held a door for somebody, or whatever it was. And as you're remembering that, just notice how it feels. Feels good, usually. And so knowing that we are each capable of kindness, and that what I want for others, others also want for themselves, it can be easy to simply wish, may I be happy. May I be content. May I know peace, peace of mind. May I be happy and content with my life, no matter what. And may I be safe and protected from harm. May I be safe and protected as I make my way through the day. May I be protected from inner and outer harm. May I be safe. And may I be healthy. May I be healthy and well in body and mind. May I be as healthy as I can be right now. Free of mental and physical suffering. Healthy and strong in body and mind. And may I live with ease and know the joy of well-being. May my day-to-day flow easily. May I have few hassles and struggles in my life. May I live with ease. And may I know joy. Repeating these basic phrases of happiness, safety, health, and ease. Opening to receive our own good intentions, our own good wishes. Resting in gracious awareness, graciousness towards ourselves, gentle and kind to this good heart, this good being right here. Not special, not better than, but also not worse than, not less than. Sovereign divine being with a good heart. Yeah. Deserving of the basic happiness, health, ease, and safety. Just notice what arises moment by moment. As you intentionally relate to yourself in this kind way. And whatever warmth and genuine care you can muster, or that might be growing, going to now extend that outward with the understanding of interdependence, the network of all beings. We're all one. So because of interbeing or interdependence, my wellness depends on your wellness, and your wellness depends on mine. So bring to mind somebody in your life that's easy to love. Somebody that's just, it's a no-brainer. You just love this person. Even if you know some of their faults, even if you know things don't always go smoothly between you, but someone that's easy to care about. Maybe when you think of this person, a smile comes to your face. And see them in as much detail in your mind's eye as you can. You might even imagine yourself or picture yourself sitting or standing near them. We want to wish the same thing for this dear one that we've just sent to ourselves. So it's like giving them a gift. May you be happy and content in your life. May you be happy and content. May you know peace of mind. May you be happy. May you be safe and protected from harm. May you be safe and protected from all harm. May love and wisdom protect you always, safe and protected from harm. May you be as healthy and strong as you can be. May you be healthy and strong, resilient in body and mind. May you be free of physical pain and suffering. May you be free of mental anguish. May you be healthy and strong. And may you live with ease. May you thrive easily and know joy. May you make your way through life with ease and joy and well-being. May you live with ease. Resting in this intentional metta, this kindness. Holding this dear one in your heart, seeing them in your mind's eye, wishing all the best, happiness, safety, health, and ease. And of course, any other words or images that move you closer to this radiance of care for your loved one. And so just as we rest our awareness, our minds on the breath sometimes, now we're resting attention on this good heart, this open, caring presence. Now finding a way to conclude this time of well-wishing for this one person. You might imagine yourself giving them a hug or shaking their hand or whatever's appropriate, and say thank you. Now we're going to work for a few minutes with this category called the neutral person. Neutral just in the sense that this would be a person or a group of people that you really don't know very well. You might not know their names, but it's somebody without whose work or activity your life would be different. I mean, we could actually send metta to the staff at Zoom, keeping Zoom going so that we can meet online together like this. I don't know who they are. I don't even know where they are. Or there could just be that one person you see when you go to the bank or the Wawa or your office, and you don't really know them, but you know they're part of the fabric of your life that keeps your life running. I often do this for farmers and people in the food supply chain because I'm so grateful. So just choose, you could choose one person or a category of people if that feels more appropriate today. And they too, like each of us, want and deserve these basic things. So if there is a person that you can picture in your mind, go ahead and see them. You might know their name even. But just imagine that your good heart can radiate out in all directions to meet this person. And may you also be happy in your life. Happy and content. May you know peace of mind. Be happy and satisfied. May you be safe and protected from harm as you make your way through your day. Wherever you go, whatever you do, may you be safe and protected from harm. May no harm come to you. Protected by love and wisdom from all inner and outer harm. May you be safe. May you be healthy and well in body and mind. May you be free of physical suffering and mental anxiety. Healthy and well in body and mind, strong and resilient. May you be as healthy as you can be. And may you live with ease and know the joy of well-being. May your life be easy and hassle-free. May you thrive easily and know joy. May you live with ease. And just tuning in again to kind of see, how is it with you? How is it in the body? What's happening in the heart? Resting back, spacious awareness, often when we cultivate loving kindness, we end up rather bathed in it. It doesn't always feel that way, but pretty often there's a sense of being infused with our own best intentions. And so even if you're not particularly feeling that, that's not the vibe you're getting right now, and that's okay if that's the case, imagine or sense, if you can sense it, this good heart radiating out in all directions, in front, behind, to the right, to the left, above and below, all around, in the same way that when we light a candle, the light doesn't just shine in one direction, it shines in all directions. And so our own native goodness can shine forth. It's a real energy, an energy that can even be measured. And it radiates out to all beings everywhere, without exception. So even the people we have difficulty with, even the people we don't think really deserve it, and that might include ourselves, all beings everywhere without exception. So to all the beings that are nearby where you are, wherever you're practicing right now, on the street where you're practicing, may all beings be happy and safe, healthy, and live with ease. Kindness and love to the beings beyond just the one street you might be on, to the entire neighborhood. Beyond the neighborhood, to the whole city or town you're in. Spreading out in all directions, throughout the country, the continent, the hemisphere, all around the globe, beyond this world, to worlds seen and unseen, to all beings seen or unseen, without exception, all living beings. May we all be happy and live in peace. May we all be safe and protected from harm. May we all be healthy and well, mentally and physically. May we live with ease and know the joy of well-being. Unbounded, limitless, infinite, unstoppable, the power of love. May all beings everywhere quickly come to know the power of this love and be liberated. So you can just take a moment or two to sort of notice how things are now and move your body or make any sort of adjustments that you might need, because we've been sitting for quite a while. So move anything that needs a little moving.